Hello, my friends. Welcome back. It is another Saturday solo jazz class, and I'm sure we have most of the same folks, but if you're here for the first time, welcome. Don't forget to check down in the doodly-doo down there and snag that music either now or after class. We're doing a New Orleans-themed music run today. The first tune, the warm-up we're going to do, is actually performed by Gordon Au with a bunch of Lindy Focus musicians from last year's Lindy Focus. But it is part of his Louis Armstrong tribute night that he did for us. He did one of the late night dances entirely of Louis Armstrong numbers, and he did a really great job of recreating that trumpet work. That album is available on Bandcamp. The link is down there. The musicians get 85% of the profit if you get it from Bandcamp, so that's great. If you want to check out the original, you can always just look up Louis Armstrong. I promise he's good. If you don't know him very well, he played from the 20s all the way up for like 40 years, has just this huge library of music, and it is worth just binging on Louis Armstrong sometime. Hello, Laura. Hello, Max. Welcome to the party. We're going to get started here with that Gordon Au take on a Louis Armstrong tune. It's a very sad song. It's called The Bucket's Got a Hole in It, and we can't get no beer. So it's tragic, really. But we're going to dance to it in a happy way. So just find yourself some space. Make sure you got room for your elbows to swing around and your legs to swing around, and without breaking things or yourself. And we'll get started here. Do your best to imitate whatever the heck I do with my limbs here, and we'll make magic happen, or at least get warmed up. Let's see if I can get some more volume on that for you. There we go. all feeling a little bit more awake now. And good morning to John as well. That was Bucket's Got a Hole in It, performed by Gordon Au and the Lindy Focus Band. If you want to check that out, there's a link down below. The whole album is awesome. And Gordon also has a bunch of other stuff out there too, up on that same website. So you should check all that out. Our song we're going to be performing today is by another one of my favorite New Orleans-based musicians. Gordon is from New York. The originator of that last song is Louis Armstrong. He's from New Orleans. The band we're going to be dancing to now is Meschiya Lake and the Little Bighorns. And they're one of my favorite bands from that area. She's one of my favorite singers of the New Orleans style of jazz in the world, obviously from New Orleans as well. There are some great, great folks down there, but she's one that happens to get around to Lindy Hop events. So those of us that get a lot of our jazz diet from Lindy Hop events have probably seen Meschiya or at least heard of her. But she's known for making you hurt. Her voice is so strong when she sings. It's awesome. So we're going to be dancing to Satan, Your Kingdom Must Come Down, which makes for a really long YouTube video title. It's not one of the ones you normally hear at a swing dance because it's got that New Orleans beat to it. And a lot of Lindy Hoppers know how to do things that are in the Count Basie vein, but they don't know how to dance when the music gets out of that four on the floor feeling. So I want to just listen to the intro of the song with you for a minute and listen for the difference between, for example, No Name that we did last week and this tune. Thinking specifically about the rhythm. Also, I love me a sousaphone, that big drum thing. Blah, blah.
Satan, your kingdom must come down.
And that's Meschiya. She's going to be moving us the whole time. So we're actually going to start where the vocals come in. If you're watching this later and you want a place to start your music from, that's just after the 50-second mark. We're going to start off with a move that we've done before. We're going to have a slight variation on it. But what I want to do is take that move that we've done to classic like 1940s swing jazz and kind of modify the groove of it to fit this boom, 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 boom. So we've got this fall off the log tap style that we do, where we step in front and back where we came from, and behind and back where we came from. Let's just try that about 4 million times so we can all get on the same page. So we're going front and back and front and back and front and back and front and back. And just do balance. Let's do it on the other side. So we get on our right foot, our left foot goes in front, our right foot goes under, back and front and back and front and back and front and back and front and back. And there's a way to switch those back and forth. If you're in our Wednesday night technique classes, you've done that a million times. But for now, we're just going to do one side, and then a little break, and the other side. The one difference we're going to do is instead of going front and back and alternating every time, we're only going to go back once total. So we're starting on the left foot. Our right foot goes in front and behind and in front and then in front again. So it's front, back, front, front. Let's try that out. We go on count one, we go in front the first time. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Front and back and double front. It's a little bit like the shim sham that way, right? It's one side, the other side, twice on the same side. 5, 6, same thing, and the front and back and double up. Depending upon the groove that you find in that music, you may want to do the classic, like cakewalky straight line out of the side on those, and be a little extreme. Or you might want to get a little swoopy. For me, this song feels a little bit groovier, so I'm looking for that friction under my right foot as I do this. So I'm kind of keeping that foot on the floor a little bit. I just like that feeling, but I want you to interpret this music how you want to. So that's my version. you do you. I am trying to keep my upper center toward my audience a little bit. So I'm not turning my body as I do these. I'm using this, my front of my core as an anchor. And for arms, I recommend either moving in opposition or just kind of keeping them on a bar in front of you, imaginary bar. So you can have that kind of feeling, or you can let them flow. What I don't want to do is let them get down to my sides like this. That starts to look kind of weird. I don't want to have them too big unless I'm going to be moving them naturally. So I'm going to be doing my arms up or something. I want to make sure that I'm using my core to balance myself, and that informs the amount that my arms are rotating. So one more time on that left side. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 1, ba, 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 da. Cool. If you have questions on that move, type those up because we are going to be doing that move again. But from here, we went front, and we're going to take a rotational rock step and lock around. So that rock step rotating is not going to turn our upper body. It's just bringing my pelvis to about 90 degrees here while my upper body stays here. And that torsion is going to be released to make our feet spin around. And I'm going to point my left foot at my audience. So that goes rock, step, lock. So my right foot's underneath me, most of my weight's on it, maybe 70% of my weight. My left foot here is toward my audience. Kind of stretched out a little bit, but I am split weight some. We're then going to slowly unwind our body, not that slowly. We're going to come around to face the front, and then go back where we came from without moving our feet. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3, 5, 7 are the counts that you're seeing your audience on. So we went rock, step, 3, 5, 7. And I'm using my lower core and my upper inner thighs to power that rotation. My upper body is being kind of my anchor there. I'm using my nose and my sternum to lock on count 3. I'm looking to my left and locking back on by 5. I'm letting my hips over-rotate just slightly so I get that twist again. And then I'm going to look to my right, use my nose and my sternum to lock on again by count 7. So far for those 2 8 counts, we have this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. So we're just faking out this one. We'll do a real turn on the last one of this phrase. Checking your comments over here. You're all lovely. I like you all also, and the funkiest group. So let's try that all together. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. And I'm really feeling that in my diagonal muscles here. So if you're not engaging those, make sure that's happening. If you're having a hard time finding those, make sure you're not swoopy in your back. I want to make sure that I have a nice long line from the top of my head down to the bottom of my tailbone. And that's going to give me access to these springy muscles that I'm looking for here. We're going to go right onto the other side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have our turn. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. I'm going to put my weight onto my right foot and do the right side of that false log. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double up. So we have left side, fake turn, right side. Let's do it. 5, 6, from the top. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double up and again. 5, 6, 5, 6. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Let's see here. Jonathan, I don't think you have anyone to blame for your shoe choice but yourself. I'm sorry, man. We're going to try this again. When we do it this time, I want to kind of have my groove. Remember that? Ba, 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 da, a 1, a 3, a 5, a 7. During my fake turn, I'm going to find that beat. So I'll go 1, 3, 5, 7. So I'm kind of getting lower at the end points of my rotation. That's going to be cool because it matches the music and also because it hits the brakes for me a little bit, puts extra friction in my feet to stop my turn, and lets my hips keep going past my feet. If I'm up during those points, my feet want to slide with my hips, and it's a trap. All right, so let's go through that one more time from the top, and then we're going to add the last little bit of this phrase. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and wah, ba, ba, da, 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 bum. Ha, hoo, ha, wah, ba, 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 da, bum. And then we're going to do some really slow turns to the side here. Just 1, 3, 5. Again, we're doing that half note rhythm. So we've gone front, back, front, front, and we're going to step on your left, and then on your right, and then on your left. So we're doing a really sloppy, slow chaîné. I like to dig into this one and drag my other foot around some. I'm going to try and do that without kicking the piano, but feel free to laugh if I do collide with this sucker. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5. So from the top, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lock, turn, go. 5, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5. And then we're going to go ball change step. So it's like a triple step, but we've switched the rhythm around. So it goes ba-doom, ba. And I'm just using that to get grounded, so I'm coming downward a little bit. And I'm taking my steps like I'm trying to get something off the bottom of my shoe. So I'm chugging that forward. So I can really feel my front of my heel digging into the floor on those. Chug, chug, chug. So that last 8, after we finish our double up on that side, goes left, right, left, right, left, right. Let's go from the top. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a 1, 3, 5, bottom, bum. One more time. 5, 6, 5, 6, here we go. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, ba-doom, ba. At the end of that, on that ba-doom, ba, and I'm on my right foot, I'm going to be pretty square to the audience. And low, so I've got some ability to move where I need to move from that leg. So make sure you're not locking out. We're getting lower during that rhythm. So, let's try with music. Because apparently that's what we like to dance to. And Meschiya is awesome, so there's that.
Satan, your kingdom must come down.
5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. You've been ruling your evil.
One more time. Five, six, 7, 8.
Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. You've been ruling your evil.
So if you like word cues in the song, where a little ba-doom boom goes, but you've been with her vocals here. So if that helps your brain, awesome. If not, just ignore that. You're probably doing it great already. So that's phrase 1 of 4. The next phrase is our simplest one. We're going to do the same easy step 3 times in a row. And the reason for that is twofold. One of them is those of you that are taking the Wednesday night technique classes have been working on getting that even pulse through things and letting your heels click on those beats. So I would love to find this new shape and really drill that, find the groove of this song for you. So look for whether the evens or the odds is heavier and how much heavier, and kind of make this move match what the music's doing. But the other one is, this is the first time in these video choreos that we're doing that I'm going to make you do a specific thing with your head. It's a really simple thing. We're going to do the same move 3 times in a row. It's 8 counts long. The first time we're going to look to the right. Second time we're going to look to the left. Third time we're going to look straight ahead. And what I want you to really focus on is trying to make your head first parallel with the front of the stage, and then parallel with the other side, and then perpendicular. So really hit those 90-degree shapes with your face. So that move, we've done it a million times in warm-ups already. We're going to start with the left foot rock step, a small kick in front of us, and a cross. So we do the same thing on the other side. Rock, step, kick, cross. Rock, step, kick, cross. Rock, step, kick, cross. Rock, step, kick, cross. If you're working on that pulse, try and focus on making sure you still have a downward pulse during your kick. So it's not down and up, down. It's down, 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 down. So I've got that downward pulse all the way through, especially on this one because we're hitting the 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I want to have that quarter note hitting the basement here. If you're working on just the head things, we're going to go right, left, front, and rock step, kick step, however you need to do it. With your arms, I recommend moving in opposition to your rock step and then keeping them neutral. So I go forward on the rock on both sides. If you want something different, you're welcome to do a twist in your upper body during that rock step. But just remember to let your arms relax and your torso relax to neutral during the kick step. Otherwise, it gets weird with what side you're supposed to be on. So that means I would go left arm in front, right arm in front, neutral, left arm in front, neutral. Or you can just do both arms in front. Both arms in front. And I'm fine with either of those options, whatever you like the taste of. So you get 3 of those in a row. So I'm just going to play the song from the top. We're going to do the whole choreo to get that memorization going. And once you finish your sweepy turns, ba-doom, ba, it goes right into rock, step, kick, step. And you're going to nail it on the first try because you're all amazing. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. You bet.
Rock, step,
Ruling
kick,
your people all over this town. Satan, your kingdom must come down. My sister said to pray your kingdom down.
We're going to run that a few times because the next bit, the break on this phrase, is complicated enough that I chose to give you 3 easy steps before it to have your brain power up. It's not actually a whole lot of things. Everything that happens is on a quarter note. The rhythm is pretty simple, but I know turning can be a challenge for some of us, especially if you had an exciting Friday night. We've got 3 times in a row of that rock, step, kick, step, rock, step, kick, step, left side, kick, step, kick, and front, kick, rock, kick, step. Now, we're going to do one more rock step, but this one's going to be a little bit more rotational than before to prepare for a turn. I'm going to step down onto my left foot on that side of the room. So I'm going to cross myself like I'm going to do another one of those Shanae turns down the line. But I'm going to go rock, step, plant, and center my weight on that because I'm going to be on that foot for a minute here. So we have rock, step, step. Let's just try that much. Let's go one time through. Rock, step, kick, step, rock, step, kick, step, rock, step, step. And then just try and find your balance. Live on that foot really comfortably. A couple of times through. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and rock, step, rock, step, kick, and here we go. One more time. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and rock, step, rock, step, kick, step. Here we go. See if you can keep that pulse alive while you're turning. It's a thing that we get to do as jazz dancers that other people don't get to do, and it makes it way easier. So definitely use that to your advantage because it's like cheating that you're allowed to do. So we have rock, step, turn. We're going to go touch and kick, step. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 2 beats of that rotation, and then we're right into the next thing. So our rhythm goes rock, step, step, touch, hold, kick, step. Let's just do that much. Don't even worry about the turn. If you want bonus points and you just like want to work ahead because you're awesome, go for it. But you don't have to turn this time. We're just going rock, step, step, hold, touch, and kick, step. So rock, step, step, hold, touch, hold, kick, step. Those holds are not freezes. You're still doing a downward pulse on those beats. So let's do it one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Rock, step, step, hold, touch, hold, kick, step. And again, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and rock, step, step, hold, toe, hold, kick, step. So that's just going to happen while we're spinning. Try to keep an eye on where your audience is in the room because we do want to be facing them at the end of this thing. So we're going to go rock, step, step, hold. That's one full rotation. Touch, hold, kick, step. So 2 full rotations. The secret to it is you want to keep that momentum going the whole way through, which is why it's good to practice letting that thing keep going with your bounce. Because then the touch and the kick and all that is just bonus points. You can get a little extra zing out of it. If this was faster, we would need to, and do a bit of a touch turn. A touch turn is where you're going to go tap your foot on the ground, stay on the same foot, but use this one kind of to get around yourself. So we could take that and touch a little bit over here instead of here if you had to go faster. I don't think we need that for this one, but if you do to get around on your sticky floor or something, feel free to use that touch behind you to pull yourself around. And I'll try and demo both back and forth periodically just so you guys to see them. But that whole thing looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you are a ballerina and you want to spot that, more power to you. If you don't want to spot it, more power to you. Spotting is where you look at the thing for as long as possible and whip your head around and find it again. If you've trained that, awesome. If you haven't, this will still work. So let's just try that all by ourselves, or all by ourselves together, all by itself. Starting with that left foot rock step. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Touch and kick, step. Rock, step, step, hold, touch, hold, kick, step. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and rock, step, step, hold, touch, hold, kick, step. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to add on the next little bit because I want to make sure your balance is going toward the right place as we practice this. And this is going to be a rock step on our left side. So we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, rock step. So I like to kind of drop onto my 8 because it loads up my hamstring and my glute. So I can push on the floor with the middle of my right foot into that next rock step. Make sure when you do that though, you don't kill your pulse. I want to keep that rhythm going. So let's do that. I feel you, Laura. Me too. She says balancing on one foot is hard today. You will find that you have good days and bad days for balance. If you are plugged up in the ears or maybe drank a bit much or didn't get enough sleep, those are going to be hard days. So give yourself some grace, but do it anyway. It builds character. So we're going to do exactly that break plus a rock step. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and rock step, step, hold, touch, and kick, step, rock step. Nice. So, good news. Whether you lead or follow normally in your Lindy Hop, you've already practiced the next move because it's the left side of a Charleston basic. So it's just like doing tandem Charleston if you're a follower. It's just like doing tandem Charleston or normal swing Charleston if you normally lead. But we're going to do one basic and then one Big Apple inspired Charleston basic and then do the other side. So this is a pretty formulaic phrase. You've got basic kick and double kick step, just like normal. So let's do one left side Charleston. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing for the first half. Rock, step, kick, step. And we've done this one in a few different choreos, and it's totally just stolen from Frankie Manning's Big Apple. We go kick, across and down. So we're really getting onto that right foot. I'm going to lift up my left butt and scoot myself backward. So that looks like this. Rock, step, kick, cross, up, down. If you have done this before and you want something to do with your arms, I'm going to Kamehameha this thing a little bit. So I'm bringing my arms around and then pushing out as I slide. So that would be rock, step, kick, cross, out, down. So kick, cross, out on 5, 6, 7. If you don't want to do the arms, if you're just like, I'm going to tutu train these arms for a minute while I figure out the footwork, great. But you can have that when you feel like it. So we have one Charleston basic on the left side and one of these swoopy ones. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and basic. 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the Big Apple, you get to just sit there at that side angle for a second while you rock step your way to glory. In this one, our rock step needs to square off right away. So I can't stay too far turned. I need my 8, 7, 8 to already be on the way back to facing the front. So if you have the bandwidth in your brain for that, try and think about facing the front by the end of this thing. 5, 6, 5, 6, basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because then we're going to rock step on our right foot and do the same thing on the other side. So let's do that. One Charleston basic on the right side. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to invert that swoopy bit. So we have rock, step, kick, step, kick, cross, up, down. So real slow, just the fancy one again. It goes on the right side. Rock, step, kick, cross, up, down. On this down, I'm really going to want to sit into my right leg because you're about to push yourself forward from there. So if you have the bandwidth now, really already be thinking about preparing to push out of that right leg. So that whole phrase starts on the left side, basic, swoopy thing, right side, basic, swoopy thing. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rock, step, kick, cross, up, and rock, step, double, kick, step, rock, step, kick, cross, up, and we're pushing out of that forward under our left immediately. Awesome. Checking questions if you have them. Feel free to type those up. If you don't, then we're just going to run the whole thing from the top with music, because why would you not dance with Meschiya singing when you could? All right, let's give ourselves a little more lead time than that. There we go. For the record, I'll be back to having my laptop for our music computer in about a week, hopefully. It's getting repaired right now. But for now, we're on the phone, which is an interesting interface. Five, six, 7, 8.
Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. You've been ruling your evil all over this town. Satan, your kingdom must come down. My sister said to pray your kingdom down. My sister said to pray your kingdom down. You've been ruling your evil all over this town.
And I'm sure that was perfect, but just in case we could use another practice run, let's do another practice run. Now I'm trying to get this phone to work. Is a great time to type up questions. If there's a spot that you missed in that run through, let me know. Otherwise, we'll hit it here in about 10 seconds. All right. So. Five, six, 7, 8.
Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. You've been ruling your evil all over this town. Satan, your kingdom must come down. My sister said to pray your kingdom down. My sister said to pray your kingdom down. You've been ruling your evil all over this town.
All right. Cool. Grab some water if you need it. I always forget to leave a break for that, so I'll give myself some water too. I don't know if you can see it, but I think it's a little warm in here. Got that sweat going. If you do have questions, hit them up in the comments there as usual. And we're going to start off again on the next bit because I think it's the hardest transition in the piece. It's just getting from that last swoopy bit into the next turn. So I want to hit that as early as possible so we have as many run-throughs of it as we can. So we just finished our left foot kicking and crossing. We slid back and went on our right foot, and we have no beats to wait before we're stepping onto our left foot, getting centered on that, and pulling our left shoulder blade back around and stepping down. So this turn is going to be a little bit powered just by falling forward. So when I do this, I'm going to go, when I do my scoot back, I'm going to drive forward at a little bit of an angle to my right, so that when I step down with that left foot, it's a little bit further stage right than my right foot. Because then if I drive my right hip toward the audience, I get that rotation in there. Another way to think about it is you're trying to elbow someone out of the way with a really strong arm. What I don't want to do is let my elbow get back behind me, so be careful about that kind of motion. It's that I'm turning my whole strong, wide frame in a clockwise fashion. So we came back on our right foot, we're stepping forward onto our left. So we're balancing our left during this turn. We pick up the right knee, and once we're facing forward, we get to step down onto that right foot. So the good news is, if you don't have balance there, you're going to be fine because we get to step out of it right away. The better news is, it's a great way to go, I would wish I had balance there, and train that. So we're going to do one of the last move before that. It goes rock, step, kick, cross, up, down, step, step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3. Start with the right foot, rock step. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3. Really use your face to get you around. So look at your audience over your right shoulder as soon as you can. Like count 1, be already looking for your audience. If you haven't found where your audience is yet, look for a line across the room in front of you that's just above your eye level. That'll help you with balance. It'll help make it look like you're not staring down at the floor. And it just is, it's nice to have a place that you already have registered as, that's where I'm going to look, because then you have somewhere to snap to when you come around from a turn. So kind of find your targets over there. I'm looking at Sidney Meschiya here. Speaking of New Orleans, brilliant New Orleans musician. Look up his stuff. We're going to go right side swoopy thing into the turn. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and rock, step, kick, cross, up, down, turn, and step. From here, we're going to continue to fall because I like you. So we step on our right foot. We're now going to fall down and step onto our left foot in the same direction. So we're doing step, cross on 3, 5. So we had 1, 3, 5. And we're kind of making a jazz square here. There's a little box step. So you have cross. And then we're doing a rock step to finish it out. So we're cutting that last corner. So we had step down, cross, rock, step. That was 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. And that 7, 8 is going to pull me back in because I've gotten pretty far stage right. So, coming from the last swoopy Charleston, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. And then we do the same thing on the other side. So we'll take that right foot across. 1, 3, cross, rock, step. So let's start from the beginning of that part. So we're just going to go on our left foot. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. And see how far you can get into the opposite side, and then we'll break it down for you. So starting with that left foot going forward into the turn. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. And I really want a dynamic height change during this. So we're going to go pretty tall on that turn. A little bit, hey. And then I'll come down for the turn, but don't get too low on that first step down with your right foot. And then on the cross, I'm really going to drop down toward the floor. So let's try that again. Starting with your left foot going into the turn. We go 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. I'm kind of hitting those corners. Let's do just the left side. So we step on your left foot, but bring your right leg up to meet you. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong foot there. Good. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Yes, I'm on the right. Bring the left leg up. Step down. Cross, rock, step. So we have that side, that's the right. We go 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, step, cross, rock, step, 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 cross, rock, step. So it's a really simple rhythm. We just have to spin during it. Let's go back to our Charleston chorus. So we're going from the left side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. And then right into our spinny jazz squares. 5, 6, 5, 6, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basic, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Awesome. So those are a little bit tricky if you are not used to them. If you're used to them, they're kind of like, why are we spending time on this? I understand. But the first couple times you do that kind of turn can be a bit wonk. So let me know if you do have questions. There is no shame in that. They're a bit weird. Let's go all the way from the top to there with music once. And then I want to add on the last couple 8 counts of the routine. And then we will grind for experience. Pulling us back to a reasonable time. 5, 6, 5, 7, 8.
Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. You've been ruling your evil all over this town. Satan, your kingdom must come down. My sister said to pray your kingdom down. My sister said to pray your kingdom down. You've been ruling your evil all over this town. Satan, your kingdom must come down.
Her voice is going to be cool. Again, let me know if you have questions, but we're going to plow away. We've only got a couple 8 counts left. So we just finished our turns. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. We're going to stay facing our audience, but we're going to dig our heel into the ground in the center of the stage. And we're going to keep our hips lined up with our foot. Pick up the standing leg behind you here, but don't go all the way up on this heel. We're going to use that to pivot about 90 degrees around and step down. So just riding that heel around right corner. So try that a couple times on your own. Try and make sure that you're just pulling this knee straight up and down, and you're steering this with your butt. So I'm not just grinding my foot into the floor like a Suzy Q. I'm actually turning my whole hips around with that corkscrew feeling. So we have 1, 3, 4. And we're going to do what would be a rock step, except the second foot comes back to meet the first one. So I'm going from this corner to this corner, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we do the same thing the other way. So we step in that middle again, on the right foot this time, pick up the left, step down, and step together. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do that a couple times in a row. We can just grind that move by itself. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would love for the arms to be flowy, however you choose to do them. You can swim it. You can bring one around as you come around the corner, and the other one. You can just keep it in your hands if you want to keep it in your hands. But try and have like a smooth, like spreading frosting on a cake feeling with whatever motion you choose to do with your arms. So that phrase so far has the turns. It goes 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's just do that much, starting with my left foot going forward into this first turn. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's come over and check the comments, make sure you're all doing great. Awesome. And let's go all the way to the end then. There's a dance. There's kind of a popular line dance called the Hucklebuck. And we're going to steal a step from that for our walk-off because we're finishing our choreography because it's almost noon. Meschiya still has much song left to go, so we're assuming the other dancers are going to come fill a spot we're exiting on stage. So we just finished our corkscrews. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I'm going to step forward with my left foot, but unlike in a lot of Lindy Hop, I'm not going to move my body over that foot. I'm just going to put the foot forward, and my hips are actually going to go in the opposite direction. So my left foot's stepping forward, but my hips are going back into the right. So I'm drawing a big circle with my hips. So real quick, just practice that part, because sometimes that can be weird. I'm not moving my feet or my head very much. I'm just drawing a big circle with my hips. And you should feel very saucy. So try it in both directions. This is a great way to wake up in the morning, get your back mobile, impress your roommates. But I want that big circle be mostly about this middle section of me. I don't want to have it be about the feet. I don't want to have it be about the top of my body. I want to have it be just that middle part, kind of isolated. And while we're doing that, we're just going to be walking. But you can see I have one foot that stays kind of in front and mostly straight. One leg, that's my left for now. And my right one is going to be where a lot of that bent turniness comes from. So I'm going to stay on the toe of the right foot and the flat of my left foot with the weight a little bit more toward the back of my left foot. So I'm going to be in this position like a swing out for the classic, hey, if we're doing a LA style pose. But I'm going to force that arch on the back foot. So I've got some mobility to swing my hips around. And as I take that step forward on my left, I'm coming to the right and back with my hip. And as I bring my hips forward, that's what gathers my other foot in. My hips are actually coming forward around that left side, and that brings my other foot in. And as I go back, it's like I'm pushing off of that hip to get my foot to go forward. So that goes, wow, wow, wow. And you can make Owen Wilson sounds if you want to. If you're feeling like that is enough for you and you're like, I'm just going to walk off like that, that's great. If you want to make it a little bit more like the rhythm of the song, that's also great. So feel free to improvise that a little bit or to match the music on your own. But 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7 is kind of what I hear. Choose your own adventure. Ba, ba. But I love that clave bit on top of New Orleans music. So our last phrase starts with our turny jazz squares. We do 2 corkscrews, and then we hucklebuck our way off stage. So we're starting with our left foot, going for that corner for the first turn. We go meow, bam, boom. So let's try that. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the other dancers come on stage. And now, from the top. So let me back us up here in the music a little bit and try not to sweat on my computer. And don't forget that you can totally write stuff in the comments if you have questions or comments, or you just want to yell at me for doing weird things. Those are all good options. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. You've been ruling your evil all over this town. Satan, your kingdom must come down. My sister said to pray your kingdom down. My sister said to pray your kingdom down. You've been ruling
Awesome. Cool. If you have a part that you're like, everything works except for that transition, go ahead and name it in the comments. We have time for about one more correction. I'm guessing for most, it's probably the Charleston things into the jazz square turns. That's my weirdest one. But if you got something like that or something else, let me know, and we'll spend our last minutes on that. Otherwise, grab a sip of water and we'll just run it again. So if you don't have water now, I highly recommend bringing it to every practice ever. It's important to stay hydrated or your brain stops being able to memorize and your body won't respond in time. And if you're teaching, you lose your voice. All right. Shameless plug, by the way. If you're interested in athleticism and water and training yourself and hydration in general, my brother is a professional triathlete trainer and is currently having a lot of free time since there's not a lot of those trainings going on. So if you need someone to hit up for that kind of thing, he's doing personal training online, including diet building and giving you workout regimens and all that sort of thing. So hit me up if you want his contact info, because he's awesome and knows all sorts of things. He actually went to college for it instead of like me. I just dance. All right, here it is one more time. Of course, this will be the perfect run, he said, jinxing it. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. You've been ruling your evil all over this town. Satan, your kingdom must come down. My sister said to pray your kingdom down. My sister said to pray your kingdom down. You've been ruling your evil all over this town. Satan, your kingdom must come down.
All right, we made it through. Good work, team. Remember to check the doodly-doo down below that. Where's my camera? There it is. Down in the description, I've got links to the song we did for the warm-up and to this song. If you go to those links, it takes you to the whole album page, so you can download the album. There's always a chance if you're like, you know what, I have a job right now, and the musicians don't necessarily, I want to support them more than normal. When it pops up, the price is actually a modifiable number. It doesn't go down, but you can make a little extra donation if you want to on those. But also, you can go and look at the artist and track down all the other stuff they have up on Bandcamp. Make sure also for things like, I think Little Bighorns have 2 albums up on Bandcamp, but not all of their stuff. So Google them and see if you can pick up their stuff in other ways too. They have a bunch of great material. My favorite stuff of theirs, of course, is their older stuff because I'm so hipster and that's what I saw live. But they have a bunch of stuff they put out in their recent history as well. So check out that. And I know Gordon has been doing work even since quarantine started, releasing music. So check that out. Yay! Someone's doing it, using it as a music recommendation channel as well. That's great. If you have other stuff that you're like, oh man, I love this jazz band. I wish someone would do a choreography to it so I could learn it. I would love to find out new music too. So feel free to forward those things to me. You can find me on Facebook. I'm just Ben White. Or since there's a million Ben Whites, if it's easier, you can look for me on Instagram. My username is @LindyHopping, or Spotify, it's the same username, @LindyHopping. Or TikTok, if that's what you're into. I'm @LindyHopping, so you can find me on any of those. If you're looking for music recommendations and you're like, okay, cool, I've been to the Syncopation Foundation playlist and you're only adding 1 or 2 songs a week, I want more. There's a guy named Caleb Elwert who runs sound for us sometimes at Eastside Stomp. He's put together a spreadsheet of a bunch of current musicians making music and the ways to buy their music. And we posted that spreadsheet on the Syncopation Foundation Facebook page recently. So you can go scroll back a few posts and find that spreadsheet. And he even has the links to the URLs to go pick up that music. So if you're looking to expand your library, and why wouldn't you be? That is a great way to do that. If you're interested in taking a beginner's swing dance class or an accelerated beginner's class, hit me up. We have a couple of couples that want to do that online via Zoom. But I would love to add like 2 more couples to the class to make it worth everyone's time. And so we have some accountability partners. So if you're interested in doing that, it will be a pay what you can afford for the most part. I would love to make sure people are able to do it, so don't worry about the money part. Just whatever you can afford to help us out with would be great. And we'll get that started as soon as we have critical mass, which we're very near. So bug me and I will make it so. Also, if you're interested in things like anything having to do with jazz, whether you want to know bands to look for, if you want to learn how to DJ, if you want to learn solo jazz or partner dance things, or you want to know what vintage videos to look up or who that dancer is in that one video, I would love to geek out with you. I miss dancing really hard, so hit me up and we can be nerd friends and talk about dance things. And I can maybe even plug you into some Facebook groups and things that are talking about the same topics. Otherwise, thanks all for being here. Killed that choreo, I'm sure. I can't wait to see the videos that some of you will send me. And on that note, if you want to send me a video of doing one of the choreographies, whether it's the one from this week or one from 3 months ago, if you want to memorize one and do your best video of it, I would love to give you a couple of notes on it. So I'm happy to help you out. That's what I do. So check that out. Oh yeah, Laura, good recommendation. Tamar Korn is another New York musician who does crazy, insane things like playing instruments, but it's her actual voice doing the sound, and it's super cool. She works with Gordon Au a lot, actually, the guy that played the first song that we danced to. But thanks, y'all. We'll see you on a dance floor eventually, and a virtual dance floor until then.